Black consumers in the US and UK spend over 1.8 trillion and 24 billion each year. But in 2025, that money is being redirected intentionally. Target just announced over 1,800 layoffs after months of black-led boycotts. In the UK, our viral videos are calling for total back to black money law. And the US, beauty supply blackout is targeting non-black owned shops. Are we witnessing an economic empowerment or division? Let's be real, break it down and stay neutral but very factual. So, guys, let's watch this video. Then, at the end of the video, we are going to give a candid breakthrough.
So since my racist attack happened, it's made me think about the black community and where we are valued. And I do not feel like we are valued in any minority other than our own. So with that being said, me personally, I'm boycotting all Asian businesses. And I said it with my blood clot chest. Because this particular community can't admit that they can't take criticism, one, and two, their community is very, very anti-black. And since they have this view that black people are lazy, since they have this view that black people don't work hard enough, since they have this view that black people are criminals, since they have this view that all black people need to do is open up businesses, I have a right to spend my money where I feel like. And unfortunately, it's not with you. To be honest, this is the kind of motivation that the black community has needed for a very long time. It's not about insulation, it's about preservation. When other communities keep to themselves, it's called cultural pride. But when black people do it, it's called divisive. I'm not talking about isolation, I'm talking about insulation. Protecting what's ours so it doesn't get diluted, exploited, and stolen again. You ever notice how other communities move? They buy from each other, hire each other, and, fund each other, and nobody blinks. But when black people do the same thing, it's a problem. Well, I want to make it a problem. It's not racism, it's realism. Every other community is self-sustaining, so why not us? We've got £1 million talent in 1,000 different locations. Imagine what could happen if we moved as one ecosystem instead of isolated islands. Representation is cute, but ownership, that is where the power lies. So let's see who really has the power. They sell our slang, our food, our music, our soul, even our hair products. But yet still, we don't own the supply chain. Being insular means our culture isn't for cheap licensing anymore. So today, I'm starting a boycotting challenge. Back to black, where I look black, buy black, eat black, and promote black. So if you black people are serious about black empowerment, especially in the UK, then join me. Duet me, hashtag me, stitch me. Let's make this the loudest, quietest revolution ever. Because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's time we protected our house.
I think you've seen the video. And it speaks mind of many black people, of many colored people, both in the US and in UK. She's speaking a real issue. UK black consumers contribute to £24 billion, but less than 1% funding reaches the black-owned startup. Her message is emotional and support us like we support others. What she needs is just to be supported. how they support other businesses. Is there. Circulation versus exclusion. And that tension is now the key.
The ancestors have taken over, and black people are officially in the business of boycotting everybody, and I'm so happy about it. But what really got me to thinking was how all cultures, like all most of the foreigners that well, not most of them, all of the foreigners that come over here to America to make money, they really look down on black people. They say we ain't got no culture. They say we lazy. They say we ain't got no money. We broke. We got, we just the bottom of the barrel to them. Like we just the worst of the worst. And the thing is, being a native black person, black American, like you've been here for ages. You can look back in your lineage and you've been here for a long time. The American government, they literally set up ways for us not to have anything. They make it extremely difficult for us to get business loans. They make it difficult for us to own homes, to even get jobs, right? I mean, it's hard for us to do anything in this country. Like, we got to go through the most hoops and loops. But a foreigner can come over here to this country and get a business loan immediately. They can get on food stamps. They can get Section 8. They can get all these things immediately. But here's the gag. If black people are so broke and we so lazy, then explain this to me. Come here. How is it that you're able to leave your country, come into the black community, set up shop, and able to send millions of our dollars back to your home country? Y'all build an entire life off of black dollars. You set up in the hood. You set up in our slums. So in our slums of America, we are still doing better than you in your slums in your home country. Because if we were so broke, you wouldn't be coming over here to sell us shit because we ain't got no money. We do got money. We got plenty of fucking money. And that's why we boycotting everybody and everything. Because y'all disrespectful as fuck. It's crazy how we can't get no jobs. We can't get no loans. We can't get nothing. We can't even set up businesses in our own neighborhoods for real. But we making y'all millionaires. The people who don't get shit, who don't have nothing, making other people millionaires, billionaires. Y'all sending that shit back home and living it up off my people's money. The same people you claim ain't got no money. I want y'all to just think about that. That's all.
These US boycotts began in the early 2025 after Target reduced DEI effort. The pre-boycotts were there, where black shoppers were estimated to make up to about 25% of Target's daily shoppers, which could translate to about 23 million US dollars a day. Now, with sales which are dropping to about 5 to 10% in the third quarter, Target just laid off 118 employees across its chains. And this boycott impact is real, but there's conflict. So some black-owned brands in the Target ask people to not actually boycott, which they completely fear they will lose a shelf space. They will lose a space where they do their business. Here's the trigger. Over 90% of black Over 90% of black air and supply store in the US are Asian owned, especially Korean owned. So now critics say that this business profit heavily from black consumers without hiring local or recycling profit back into the black neighborhood. Supporters say buy black. Opponents worry this could fuel racial tension or leave people with fewer local options. And I think, okay, according to me, I really believe that, you know what, there's so much power that the black businesses can do. You know, the last time we had the boycott of uh, black Americans boycotting the black or the diasporan black communities breeding shop. And the real deal is, forget about, what your issues were having. Let's make the black excellency. Let's make the black a dollar. No, the heavy, the biggest, and the most powerful dollar that even when, a racist are, thinking of actually pulling us down, they will fear. You may have seen tweets like empowerment or hate, where boycott target but still Asian nail salon. Some call it economic independence, others call it inconsistency or over discriminatory. One tweet would say you stop going to Target, but you still weekly go to Asian nail salon. Then another one who said, if you don't redirect money, we shall stay powerless. So both empowerment and criticism side by side can, make black people, to be feared, to be very taken as serious. Now when we go back to UK where all these issues started, we get a lot of lesson. Number one, the bigger picture of all this issue. So you in UK, the black spending is always high, while the ownership of the business is low, leading to a push to loop money internally. You know, and when you go back to USA, the target, due to DA rollback, which sparked emotion and financial backlash, layoff are proving that black have teeth. And US, the beauty market, which is dominated by non-black ownership, that trigger or calls for economic self-reliance. And this pattern, what that these patterns say about it, spending power is huge, but ownership is small. So under 1% of venture funding goes to black founders in both US and UK. You know what? And all this, what is the impact so far? Are we seeing effect of the boycott? Are we seeing, positive effect for positive impact for the black community or the racially minority community? Yes, there is. Let's begin with Target. You're seeing that Target measurable sales did drop to very low, but to 5 to 10, 5 to, yeah, it did drop low, which even, caused this massive layoff. And the black owned directories are trafficking up. This lady says if you can't find this black owned shop, look them online, buy good online. Don't go to these people that over the years have seen us as a race that is not equally or worth it. Despite the challenges like not having enough black owned alternative or possible inter-minority tension, this she said go where? Go to online. So convenience still win for many shoppers, and that's why many shoppers will still go to those black. And the key takeaway that you can take from this is that economic boycott only lasts if there's real infrastructure waiting on the other side, where platform, product, and supply chains are readily available. You know what? So, empowerment or the short term trend. What do you think? So, here's a parting shot. This is an economic reckoning. Or is this an economic reckoning or a temporal, social, or emotional wave? It's clear. Money moves when the community focus sharpens. But whether this led to lasting black on growth or just layoff and tension depends on what we are going to do what we are going to build next? Let me know in the comment section. Are these boycott necessary power moves or they are risk division? Will you support a long-term shift or is convenience still a king? What should you do next? Boycotts or business creation? If this breakthrough now, guys, gave you something to think about, hit like, drop your thoughts, and subscribe for more global black economic crisis. Till then, stay smart, stay away. See you in the next video. Peace out.